Good morning. Today is Wednesday, February 21st. We'll call to order the meeting of the Franklin County Board of County Commissioners. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Howard?
Present.
Commissioner Waymire?
Present.
Chair Renaud?
Present.
Vice Chair Oglesby?
Present.
Commissioner Dunn?
Okay, if you would, please stand and lead the national anthem and followed by our invocation.
National anthem.
Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance today.
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, we come before you today, and we are humbled as your servants, the servants of the people of this county. We ask that you would give us wisdom to make good judgments, good decisions for all. Father, we ask that you would keep your hand of safety and protection upon those that are working outside today, our first responders, our county road workers, those that are put in that place of danger, God. Be with them and keep them safe today, God. And Lord, we just thank you for all of your blessings that you have already put upon us. In everything we give you thanks and praise. Amen.
Okay, correspondence, anything, Derek?
Nope.
Okay, public comment, Janet?
No.
Ready then for our consent agenda. Consider to approve the minutes for our February 14, 2018 meeting. Claim vouchers in the amount of $512,118.84. And a tax change order in the amount of a positive $532.14. A motion for that?
Motion to approve. Second.
Commissioner Howard?
Yes.
Commissioner Waymire?
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby?
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn?
Yes.
Chair Renaud?
Yes. Okay, our first item of business will be to consider for approval authorizing the chairman to execute the request to exchange federal funds. Jim?
Good morning, Commissioners. As you recall, KDOT administers the federal fund exchange, where our federal funds can be exchanged at a rate of 75% for state funds on a reimbursement basis. I've prepared the application. It requires the chairman to execute it because I'm not able to bind the county in a contract.
Okay. So we'd already approved, we're going to do the exchange. Now we need a motion to authorize the chair to execute the request to exchange the federal funds.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Like a motion?
Rates change, you mentioned the
Yes,
deals
it changed from 90% to 75%. The other change was we're no longer able to bank funds for a 3-year period. And so it used to be you could build it up to a fairly significant amount that would enable you to do an entire project. Now we're primarily going to use it as matching funds for the bridge on Pawnee replacement.
But it's still, even with the 15% disadvantage,
Yes.
worthwhile to exchange them as opposed to additional costs of complying with regulations associated with the dollars.
Do we know where that money went, Jim? I mean, I presume the state's keeping it, but that may be a presumption. I don't know.
No, the state's keeping it.
Their projects are bigger, there's more of an economy, they're able to comply with requirements.
Actually, there's no statutory requirement for them to share the federal funds. Traditionally, it's been done because of some activities by the legislature concerning KDOT funding. They're no longer in a position where they could afford to have people bank it for 3 years, and then because of the uncertainty of when folks were going to take the money, it's now use it or take it or leave it, take it or lose it.
And we're doing on the chip and seal with $184,138. Is that the maximum we were going to get on the federal fund then?
That's the total of our federal funds, yes.
Right. So that was all the money we had to begin with, so it wasn't like we're going to be able to do some other projects or whatnot.
which winds up being 138,000 and change.
Yeah.
Make a motion that we authorize the chairman to execute the request to exchange federal funds.
Commissioner Waymire,
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard, Chair Renaud.
Yes. Okay, next item, Jim, consider for approval of solicitation of chemical bids.
Yes, annually, the weed department solicits bids for herbicides to control noxious weeds in the county. Herbicides are sold to the public on a cost-share basis and also used by the weed department on county right-of-ways, KDOT's right-of-ways under contract, and county property such as the fairgrounds
Okay.
and our lot.
How many bidders usually do we get on this?
It varies. I think we're sending it out to half a dozen or more.
Okay.
In the past, we've had different companies on different chemicals, haven't we?
Yes, sir. And there are some chemicals that are agency pricing and everybody's got the same price. So then it just becomes a question of who's closest, and we have a couple that normally we split it between.
Okay, look for a motion then to approve the solicitation of the chemical bids for 2018.
Make the motion.
Okay?
Second.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Waymire,
Yes.
Chair Renaud.
Yes. All right, our third item, approve authorizing the solid waste department to accept the waste on the dates listed for the residents of Franklin County free of charge. Jim?
Annually, the commission has sponsored spring cleanup, or what's more closely called free dump days. Allows the residents of Franklin County to haul in trash, brush, scrap metal, construction demolition materials to the transfer station or the C&D landfill free of charge. Exclusions include tires, appliances containing Freon, and commercial business accounts. In addition, free dumping for roll-offs will remain split over 2 weekends. Recommended schedule for the roll-offs that will be left at the cities or west of 59 would be Friday, April 13th through Sunday, April 15th. Those roll-offs will be dumped the following Monday or Tuesday. The cities east of 59 dumpsters available April 20th through April 22nd, and those will be dumped on Monday or Tuesday. Free dumping to the public will be held on Friday, April 27th and Saturday, April 28th. And the request is a motion to set the dates.
On the free dumping to the public on the 27th and 28th, do they restrict that to Franklin County residents, I assume, or something like that? Or try to?
Much as possible.
Yeah, okay. Okay, then we need a motion to approve the spring cleanup dates as requested.
I'll make a motion to approve those dates for the spring cleanup.
Got a second? Thank you.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Waymire,
Yes.
Commissioner Oglesby,
Yes.
Chair Renaud.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you, sir. Staff reports. Derek?
Yeah, just want to talk to you a little bit about the weather, and I'll have Jim give a comprehensive update of our roads, but every time we have a weather event, I'll have an employee or two who inquires about shutting the government down. And I want to share with you my views on that to make sure that I am, I guess, carrying out what your thoughts would be. I think it's going to take a generational weather event for me to close the government down. I personally don't ever anticipate not being here because of weather. Every employee of the county is a legal adult. If they don't feel like they can safely make it in, then I will gladly grant them a vacation day. And if they don't have vacation, they can take a day of leave without pay. But I think as a public servant, it's incredibly important that we be here and show the public that we are here as a resource for them to call in these types of events. You know, and let's say Public Works, they have everyone dispatched and are busy. Well, they might be tough to reach on the phone, so they might call administration. Someone from administration needs to be in during those events. And so if you feel differently, please share that with me, but that is generally how I feel. I cannot anticipate shutting down except for just an extraordinary event, so.
I totally agree.
Yeah, the only, I would love for our department heads to be certainly let their employees know that those are options that they can take, and as well as the fact that there are some employees that are, I don't know want to use the word non-essential, but for that day's work, you know, being there is not as critical as others, and certainly prefer the safety over that. But I would agree with what Colt just said about not shutting down. Anybody else have a comment on that one?
I could possibly see situations where like an ice storm comes in and starts, maybe send them home early or something, but I don't know about shutting them down either. I mean, there's too much difference. I know for a fact that out here this weekend on an ice storm, I think we had someone that didn't come into work because of the ice, but I know for sure that a person that lives a half a mile down the road came to Ottawa and went to work. So it's just kind of, like you said, it's up to the individual whether they feel comfortable doing it or they don't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, and if they want to take a day, they'll do, I mean,
Right.
It'll be without judgment from me. I mean, I understand, and people have kids. Kids aren't in school. They might need to stay home and take care of them. Like, I absolutely understand, but there's a difference between understanding that and then paying someone a full day's salary and not getting any return on that. And that's just where I don't think we can go down that path absent, you know, a true disaster. So.
Any other comments? Okay. Allison, you think? Jim?
Started a little before 7 yesterday, loading the spreaders. I think treatment started around 7:30, 8 o'clock yesterday. The day shift went home at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Night shift came in at 3:30, left at midnight, and we're using that same schedule today.
Okay. Okay, Janet? Okay, commissioner comments?
I haven't been to anything since the last meeting.
Attended the hospital meeting last night, got final numbers from last year's actuals. There was a $4 million loss from operations. It's about $2 million after you factor in the sales tax. That's slightly more of a loss than last operating year, 2016. That's kind of par for the course with hospitals this size, and obviously it can't go on forever. But it's not a unique situation. Other than that, I can't think of anything extraordinary to share from.
Boy.
I went to the ECAM board meeting. Board meeting actually was a conference call, which is pretty tough to do with about 10 people on the telephone at the same time. And we didn't get a whole lot accomplished, but they needed to cover a few things. They're applying for some grants and stuff that had a deadline to get approved for applying for these grants, and we did that last night. And also they're trying some new things so they can increase their availability to more people. There's a lot of people on the waiting list for housing, a lot of people with young children for Head Start, and it seems there's a lot more demand for these services, and they're trying to meet the demand. So that's what we covered last night. So the only meeting I had. Just want to mention tonight is, I guess, a meeting at City Hall for the China trip by the Chamber of Commerce. Anyway, I got a email on that. I think it's tonight. But anyway, they're looking to have their China trip in October, first part of October.
I haven't attended any meetings other. Today, we have a school board luncheon at City Hall at noon. I will not be there. Rick, do you want to respond and be there for me? Okay, so you and Derek can do that. All right. Study session on March 5. We have another meeting next Wednesday at the 28th. Okay, if nothing else, consider a motion for adjournment.
Second.
Second. A motion for move and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.